So thank you for the question. And I think everyone is a little bit worried about what's happening right now. So the hantaviruses are a group of viruses that have been known for a long time. They it's an RNA virus, and generally it infects rodents, so mice and rats. But it has been known what's called a zoonotic virus. That means that it can jump sometimes from animal, that is from the mice or the rat, to human beings and result in illness. There are different types or strains of the hantavirus, and one of them, which is the Andes strain, is basically found in South America, in Argentina and Chile mainly. The other type, has been known to spread in Europe and Asia. So this has been identified, this outbreak has been identified as belonging to the Andes strain. And most likely one of the passengers picked it up when they were traveling. I think it was in Argentina. They've, been traveling there and probably got exposed to it. And then what has happened is subsequently, it has spread on the cruise ship through very close personal contact from human to human. And that is how now we have a number of infected and some suspected people on board this ship. Yes, so on the transmissibility, I think what is known so far is that this particular strain, the Andes strain, is probably the only one of the hantaviruses that can be transmitted from human to human. This, in the past and also in this current outbreak, has been only through prolonged close personal contact. So in this case of the cruise ship, it is people who have been sharing a cabin. It is couples who've been in close, intimate physical contact. One cannot describe it as sexually transmitted. However, the virus has been found in different biological specimens. So it's probably there in the saliva, it's there in the blood. Maybe it is also there in the semen. There's also a good chance that it is aerosolized because the Andes virus causes a respiratory infection and pneumonia. And so anytime you have a respiratory virus, it does come out in the particles when we speak or when we cough or even when we are just breathing. And the smaller particles can become airborne and can get aerosolized. Now, the important thing to remember is that the difference between this and the other respiratory airborne viruses that we know, like measles, like SARS-CoV-2, influenza, etc., is that this one is much less transmissible. And that is why it requires a close physical prolonged contact. It's not casual contact that can transmit it. And therefore, the contact tracing and the steps that are being taken now to isolate people are likely to be very effective, unlike in SARS-CoV-2, where there was asymptomatic transmission, it was very rapid, and you just couldn't find everyone and isolate everyone. I think this virus, it is possible to do that and contain the outbreak.